Ito ang 92.3 Radyo 5 True FM. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Mainit at makabuluhang talakayan tungkol sa sports, kumpleto yan dito sa Power and Play. Mula sa mga paborito at naglalakihang atleta hanggang sa mga natatanging Pinoy sports figures na dapat nyong makilala, ihahatid yan dito sa Power and Play.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko, para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at magpapatalo, ipagdiwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, Joble, Sibay, Lakay, Amiga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Power and Play with Noli, Eala. Ang sports po may iba't ibang mukha at of course ang mukha ng mga atleta at ang mga mukha ng mga nagpapatakbo ng ating mga sports organizations. Yan po ang ating tutukan ngayong araw na ito. Ano ba ang kanilang pinagdadaanan? Ano po ang kanilang mga plano? E di paano? Bangon na! Power and Play na! Power and Play with Noli, Eala. Isa pong magandang umaga sa inyo lahat mga kapatid. Nako bago ho lahat, gusto kong humingi ng paumanhin. Medyo tayo'y namamalat at siguradong ngayong araw na to struggle tayo. Pero tayo po'y ika nga the show must go on. Kaya kami po'y bumabati mula sa ating TV5 Media Center dito po sa ating 1PH Studios. Ito po ang Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tico, there's more to our cars. Chooks to go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. At Arena Plus, astig sa sports. Of course, we are powered by Smart. Live more today. Kinakamusta po natin lahat ng ating mga suki sa ating po mga himpilan. Lalong-lalo na po sa yung mga nakikinig sa atin sa Radyo 5, 92.3 True FM. Dito na tayo sa totoo. Yung pong ating mga kaibigang, mga mananakay, mga nagmamaneho ng kanilang mga joyride car, ng kanilang mga joyride taxi, and of course lahat po ng mga umuuwi sa kanilang mga bahay o di kaya papasok ng kanilang mga tanggapan. Binabati rin po natin ang mga nanonood sa atin sa 1PH, sa Signal TV, ha? Yung mga nasa clinic, yung mga nasa emergency room, at of course yung pong mga nasa kanilang mga tahanan, and of course worldwide sa pamamagitan ng Facebook Live. Nako good morning talaga. Medyo again mihingi ako ng paumanhin kung tayo ay magma-Mike Enriquez ngayong araw na to, kung tayo ay mauubo. Excuse me na lang po sapagkat medyo tayo ay meron tayong ginawang laban po nung isang araw para sa EASL. Naku, napakaganda nung laban na yon mga kapatid. Yung pong laban sa Taipei ng Ryukyu Golden Kings at ng New Taipei Kings sa EASL. At alam niyo po, doon nakita natin si Carl Tamayo, ang pinakamaganda niyang laro so far sa EASL. Gusto ko po magpasalamat nga pala sa EASL sa kanilang pag-imbita sa atin. No? Kasama po ng ating kaibigan, the Dean Quinito Henson. Tayo po ay nakapaghatid ng laro ng EASL. At yun po, medyo sa sobrang ganda, mukhang tinamaan tayo ng, ng pamamalat at pamamaos. At nalamigan pa. Kaya po 2 araw na natin itong buti nga. Nagkaroon tayo ng boses kahapon. No? Nung isang araw po halos wala na akong masabi. Kaya kayo na po ang bahalang magpa-umanhin. Alright mga kapatid, alam nyo po ang taong 2024 ay gumugulong na. At nakikita na natin din nagsisimula na muling uminit ang mga laro. Doon po sa NBA, papalapit na po ang kanilang All-Star Game kung saan alam naman natin na botohan yan. At so far, ang mga popular na mga players katulad ni Giannis Antetokounmpo at si LeBron James na nangunguna sa votes ng mga fans at sila malamang ay muling mapapasama dyan sa bagong o binalik na format ng NBA All-Star na East versus West. Dito po sa ating bansa naman, ang PBA po ay papalapit na sa playoffs at mukhang itong mga teams ay nagsisimula na mag-peak. Nakita natin kahapon ang San Miguel Beermen na talagang mukhang tamang-tama ang pag-angat at nanalo kahapon ang Beermen kontra sa mababang team na Blackwater Bossing. Kahapon po yung Benny Boatwright, pambihira. No? Isang araw, mahigit 50 puntos ang ginawa. Kahapon, mahigit 4 na po. Naku, talagang at bumalik na po si Junmar Fajardo. So talagang mukhang itong San Miguel ay naghahanda na para sa papasok ng playoffs. Alam nyo, yun naman ang ginagawa ng mga malalakas na team ng PBA. Kadalasan, sa dulo ng eliminations, nagsisimula na silang gumanda ang laro at itinotodo na nila pagdating sa playoffs. Kaya po, abangan natin ang papasok na PBA quarterfinals. Of course, ang isa pang balita na marami ang nakatutok at marami rin na nagmamasid ay yung pagbuo po ng isang koponan na ika nga ay magre-represent sa Pilipinas sa 33rd Dubai International Basketball Tournament. Yung pong Strong Group Athletics kung saan ang balita kasi ay na tinututukan ay yung pagpasok po at paglalaro ni Dwight Howard para sa koponan na yan. Kasama ang ating dating naturalized player na si Andre Blatch among the notable names. And of course, ang pangalang Dwight Howard ay matunog pa rin dahil yan po ay future Hall of Famer ng NBA. Of course, marami siyang sinasabi at mamaya po ay ating ibabalita yan. Pero ngayong araw pong ito, ang ating pong mga kasama bilang panauhin ngayong araw pong ito ay sa isang side naman ng aspeto ng palakasan. Alam niyo po, yung aspeto ng atleta, iba ho yun. Yung mga nagpa-practice, nasa koponan, yun po ang ating nakikita. Pero yung mga nagpapatakbo po ng ating mga programa sa ating bansa, iba naman ho yung lugar. Iba pong bahagi yan ng palakasan, ng sports at ng nagiging parte din po ng tagumpay ng ating mga atleta. Mamaya po, ating pong kakausapin dalawa sa mahalaga at matataas na pinuno ng ating sports organizations. Ang una po ay ang chairman ng Philippine Sports Commission. First time nating makakapanayam ang pumalit po sa atin dyan sa Philippine Sports Commission, ang dating Alaska Governor at of course, naging bahagi rin po siya ng basketball team ng maraming koponan sa PBA as well as ng De La Salle University. Si Chairman Richard Dickie Bachmann. Mamaya po yan Abangan nyo po yung ating live interview kay Chairman Dickie ng PSC. Mamaya din po ay ating ihahatid naman ang ating naging interview kahapon lamang. Medyo hindi siya pwede today dahil meron po siyang gagawin. Pero ating pong nahabol ang Pangulo ng Samahang Basketbol ng Pilipinas at ng MVP Sports Foundation. Dati rin po siyang presidente ng PLDT and SMART at governor po siya sa PBA at first vice president ng Philippine Olympic Committee. Walang iba kung hindi si Al Panlilio ng SBP. Marami pong nabanggit si Pangulong Al Panlilio ng SBP sa atin. Abangan niyo po yung interview natin yan. At of course, marami pa tayong sorpresa ngayong araw pong ito dito sa namamalat na Power and Play. Kaya simulan na po natin ang ating huntahan ngayong umaga sa pamamagitan ng ating Sports Weekly Highlights. Handa ang one-time NBA champion kasama ang strong group para sa Dubai International Basketball Tournament na gaganapin ngayong buwan. Ayon kay Howard, pasok siya sa height limit ng PBA Commissioner's Cup na 6'9" at ganyan daw ang height ni Dwight kung walang sapatos. Pwede ba maglaro ng walang sapatos? Pero of course, yung sukatan po sa PBA ay talagang ginagawa na walang suot-suot na sapatos. Samantala, end of an era naman sa Philippine Basketbol dahil nagretiro na si Samahang Basketbol ng Pilipinas Executive Director Sunny Barrios. 13 taon nanungkulan sa SBP si Sunny. Sa mga taong yan, nabasag ng Pilipinas ang Curse of Korea, naglaro sa 3 FIBA World Cup at nabawi ang ginto sa Asian Games. Umupo rin of course si Barrios bilang PBA Commissioner. Partner Sunny, ED Sunny, Commissioner Sunny, maraming salamat sa iyong pagsisilbi sa basketball. Itinalaga naman ang kapalit ni Barrios si Erica D. Tumayong Deputy Event Director ng katatapos na FIBA World Cup, si D. Naging coach din siya ng Women's Basketball Program ng Ateneo Blue Eagles. Congratulations, Ma'am Erica, ED Erica. Suporta kami sa iyo. Isa pong napakabait na papasok na Executive Director ng SBP. At sa iba pang balitang basketball, lilipat sa Lasal Green Archers ang anak ni dating King Archer Mike Cortez. Ayon sa report ng Rappler, lilipat si Jacob Cortez kasunod ang championship run ng San Beda Red Lions. Si Cortez ang leading scorer ng San Beda sa title run kontra Mapua Cardinals. Nanalo namang ng ng titulo ang ama niyang si Mike para sa Lasal noong 2000 at 2001. Sa UAAP pa rin, sa UST naman ang punta ni dating Lasal coach Juno Sauler. Tatayong assistant kay Pido Harencio si Sauler. Si Juno ang coach ng DLSU noong nag-champion sila noong 2013. Magiging malaking tulong siya sa kampanya ng Tigers na nagtapos na may 2-12 record sa UAAP season. At yan po ang buod ng ating mga balita sa Sports Weekly Highlights. Well, ang isa pang pinag-usapan natin ng mga coaches, congratulations din kay Coach Olsen Racela na nahirang na bagong head coach ng University of Perpetual Help System Daltas. Siya po ang magiging bagong head coach ng Altas dyan po sa NCAA. Nako, alam naman natin ang karanasan ni Coach Olsen. At of course, naging coach din yan ng FEU. At of course, currently ay siya ay assistant coach ng Barangay Ginebra. So marami na may dudulot si Coach Olsen. Congratulations, Coach Olsen. At good luck sa iyong bagong paglalakbay kasama ng University of Perpetual Help. Kanina binabanggit po natin ang yung strong group athletics kung saan lalaro si Andre Blatch na dati po nating naturalized player ng Gilas, Pilipinas. Well, alam niyo po ngayon ang pinag-uusapan at natanong nga si Andre, ikaw ba ay wala nang kagustuhang makapaglaro muli sa PBA. At ang sagot niya of course, ayaw naman nila akong payagan kaya nawala na ako ng pag-asa. Kaya po alam nyo, yan po ang ating tanong. Kasi alam naman natin itong mga to, iilan-ilan lamang yan na naging naturalized players natin. Si Marcus Douthit, si Andre Blatch, at si Justin Brownlee. Excuse me po ha. Alam natin mga kapatid na ito ay mga local, naturalized players na ngayon ay binibilang natin bilang isang Pilipino. Pag pinag-uusapan ngayon kung dapat ba itong mga players na to ay kahit papano gantimpalaan at bigyan ng pagkakataon makapaglaro sa ating mga local leagues bilang isang local player. Kaya po yan ang ating pupulsuhan ngayong umagang ito sa ating Pulso ng Bayan, hatid sa inyo ng M2 Tea Drinks with malunggay, okra, and luya. Drink your gulay and fuel up on energy with M2 Tea Drinks. Ito po ang ating pupulsuhan ngayong araw pong ito. Ang tanong po ay, dapat na bang payagan ang mga Gilas naturalized players na makapaglaro sa PBA bilang local? Ulitin ko po yan. Yung bang sila Blatch, si Brownlee at si Douthit at yung mga susunod pang naturalized players, alam naman nating nagpaplano ang SBP na mag-naturalize pa ng mga players. Dapat na bang payagan ang mga yan na makapaglaro sa PBA bilang local? Makipagsamahan sa ating huntahan ngayong umagang ito, mag-post lamang po ng inyong komento sa ating Twitter account at Noli Eala o di kaya sa aming Facebook page sa Power and Play. At meron po kayong pagkakataong manalo ng mga premyo mula sa M2 Tea Drinks with malunggay, okra, and luya. Alright mga kapatid, tuloy-tuloy po ang pamimigay natin ng mga prizes at mga pabuya dito po sa ating show. Of course, galing po sa Joyride ang ating bagong kasundo. And of course, ang ating pong Joyride Top Up promo, mga kapatid, kung saan namimigay po tayo ng 1,000 pesos e-wallet credits sa ating mga lucky winners na inyong pong magagamit sa Joyride Delivery, Joyride Taxi Cab, Joyride Car, and of course, yung Joyride Super Taxi. Napakadali po, mag-download lamang ng latest version ng Joyride Super App. Kuha na ng screenshot ng app's home screen kasama ng inyong pangalan. Padala ang screenshot sa Power and Play FB page via PM at isama nyo po ang inyong buong pangalan, registered mobile number sa inyong Joyride account at kami po ipipili ng 5 mananalo ng 1,000 pesos e-wallet credits, mga kapatid. And hindi po dyan nagtatapos ang pamimigay ng Joyride ng prizes. Of course, nandiyan pa rin po yung ating Joyride Limited Edition Aqua Flask, kung saan tayo naman po ay namimigay ng napakagandang Aqua Flask na magagamit nyo po sa inyong mga biyahe, sa inyong pong mga picnic at sa inyong pong mga paglalaro at pag-i-ehersisyo. Simple lamang mag-book ng MC Taxi or Joyride Car, kuhana ng isang creative picture kasama po ng inyong rider or driver at inyong ipadala po sa aming FB page, kung saan kami po ay isama nyo lang po yung hashtag of the week at kami po pipili na mananalo ng Joyride Limited Edition Aqua Flask. Alright, at ang ating pong hashtag of the week ngayong linggong ito. Pakita nga natin, Santi, ang ating hashtag of the week. Yan, hashtag Joyride Kasama Mo. Isama nyo po yan doon sa inyong creative picture. Hashtag Joyride Kasama Mo para po kayo ay magkaroon ng pagkakataong manalo ng Joyride Aqua Flask. Alright mga kapatid, we're ready to roll sa ating unang mga panauhin ngayong umagang ito. And of course, pinag-uusapan na po natin ang ating paboritong Fast Take. At ang Fast Take ay hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Tigo, There's More to Our Cars. At ngayon pong araw na ito tayo maswerte na tayo sasamahan ng ating kaibigan mula sa Tribune Sports. Walang iba kundi si paring Ray Joble. Good morning, Ray. Andiyan na ba si Ray? Iniintay din po natin ang isa pa natin magiging bisita, si Mike Jugado ng Malaya. Pero si Ray, good morning. Mukhang wala pa. Okay. Well, naku, nandito na pala. Maswerte tayo ha. Siguro pwede natin unahin to, no? Balik rin natin ang ating order, ang ating sequence dahil naku alam kong busy itong ating panauhin na to, kaya siya daw po ay nasa out of town at mukhang meron silang gagawin na mahalaga, kaya siguro unahin na natin, no? Kasama po natin ngayon mga kapatid at nabanggit ko nga kanina, isa pong malaking karangalan na makasama natin for the first time in our show since he was appointed as chairman of the Philippine Sports Commission. Walang iba kung hindi ang chairman ng PSC, si Chairman Richard Dickie Bachmann. Magandang umaga, Chairman Dickie. Thank you for joining us this morning and taking time out.
Good morning po, and thank you for inviting me. Good morning to all the fans and everyone involved in Power and Play. I do apologize na medyo this is my first time kasi hindi mo talaga sinabi na ganong kahirap pala o daming trabaho pala ng chairman.
Chairman Dickie, I know you are very busy. You're out of town. Ano bang meron ngayon? I heard that you're out of Manila.
Yeah, we were discussing PRISA, no? So this year I'm trying to focus on expanding the reach of PSC for the grassroots. So we partnered with PRISA. This is 400 schools. And I just signed the MOA in Legazpi. And the reason why I partnered is because they are willing to adopt public schools as well to actually help in the grassroots program of PSC.
Wow, that is a big program. Napakalaking grupo yung PRISA. In fact, our school sa Laguna is part of it. And kami, naglalaro kami sa basketball. Nag-champion nga yung aming team dyan. But Chairman Dickie, this is your over your first full year sa PSC. Yeah. Let me start with this. Kamusta? How has it been so far, partner?
Okay naman, no? So I just used this 1 year to actually observe and experience everything, yung job scope ng PSC. You know, if I listen to everyone, make changes here, make changes there, I did listen, pero I did want to experience it myself. So I experienced the Southeast Asian Games. I experienced the Asian Games. I did experience the Batang Pinoy and PNG. And now I'm ready to actually make improvements in PSC.
What has been the most satisfying part so far, Chairman?
If you just see the athletes, because I'm the type of chairman that I actually use the facilities, and when I'm using the facilities in the morning, lunchtime, and even after work, I'm with the athletes. So I make it a point to actually sit down and get feedback from them. Because as I said from the start, I'm here to actually improve the athletes, and I'm actually here for improve all sports. So getting their feedback, getting their stories, that's what is basically that keeps me going.
Alam ko hindi madali, mahirap ang pagiging chairman. You said about how nice it is to be with the athletes. What has been, on the other hand, anong pinakamahirap so far, Chairman Dickie, sa iyong trabaho?
Well, you all have to understand that I was corporate for 25 years. And as you know also na it was budget season when I came in, and I've experienced, lobbying for budget for these athletes. And it was quite an experience for me. It was difficult, but you just have to think that this is for the athlete, this is for the sport. So I'm happy to say also that pati Kongreso and the Senate, madami dyan na gusto tumulong. If not all, lahat gusto tumulong for the athlete and sports. So we will finalize this week or by this month yung final budget ng PSC for moving forward. Kasi this is also Olympic year. So we're all having preparations for this athletes that will actually compete in the Olympics.
Well, pag-uusapan natin yung budget a little later, Chairman Dickie, but I know that when you came in, you made some changes sa PSC, sa organisasyon. Of course, meron ka ng dinalang executive director mo, and of course, napuno na ang commissioners ng PSC. Unang-una, Chairman, how has your relationship been with your commissioners? Kamusta ang working system ninyo sa iyong mga kasama sa PSC?
I would say okay naman. No? So my commissioners are Commissioner Walter. He was a fencing athlete. Everyone knows Ma'am Bongku, our bowling superstar. Then you have Fritz Gaston, who came from Gab, and then also you have Commissioner Heiko from Cebu. Okay, I would, what was nice with our commissioners is that we don't agree all the time. They get their point across. Also, we do have some discussions, which I like. But all in all, in the end of the day, we agree on something, so which is actually good.
Excellent. And alam naman natin iba't iba yung background ng mga commissioners mo, and certainly more heads are better than just one. And of course, nagdala ka ng executive director mo, Chairman Dickie. Kamusta ang takbo ng ating staff, ng yung rank and file? Are you very satisfied with the way things are going, and what changes are you hoping to do pa?
I did have to put in a executive director because this was vacant for so many chairman. It was before it was Attorney Eroy, who was an acting ED, but his actual position is a deputy ED. So I did had to put one of my own, and he is the son of Paulo Tatad. He is the son of Senator Tatad. So I really rely on him when it comes to dealing with politics, Congress, and Senate. Because I'm coming from corporate and I'm new, so I'm actually listening to him. When we went to the budget hearing, he goes, Chairman, dito tayo sa minority group, dito tayo sa majority group. So I have no idea on that. I have no experience, so I did listen to him, and it was a perfect tandem. I would think.
Talking about, alam natin kung gaano ka, how you have to work with Congress for your budget, how you have to work with the government as a whole, no? How is that, Chairman Dickie? How is your experience so far with the politics in your job?
It was I know it was an experience. It was actually good. I was actually learning on how to deal with the Congress, how to deal with the Senate. Everyone knows that I did ask a big budget, 3.7 billion budget from government, and what came back to me in DBM was 120 million. And just for operating expenses of PSC. And medyo nagulat ako, and I was like, so what do I do now? So they were telling Chairman, lobby, all that. So I did that with my ED, and at first Congress, the ED lang kasama ko. Okay, so he goes, and I would like to thank Congressman Mike D.
Yeah.
He was in charge of youth and sports,
right,
who actually showed me the ropes and introduced me to speaker and all the other offices. And when we explained the budget, tumulong naman sila.
Well,
and then also in the Senate side, I want to thank Senator Bongo, who's also in charge of sports, who actually was pushing for PSC to increase their budget.
all right, so right now, ano ang last number, Chairman Dickie, nang na-approve or nailagay sa ating budget ng PSC?
I think it's around, well, hindi pa final, pero I'm looking at it's gonna hit mga 800 million for everything.
800 million.
Capital outlay for the programs and for the operations. Pero I'm still looking at PAGCOR as well. PAGCOR, I've sat down with President of PAGCOR, and he will be actually helping out PSC as well.
I want to ask you about that, but 800 million more or less ang tatamaan ng budget mo. This includes also the trainings ng atleta, Chairman Dickie, for the Olympics and all of the other tournaments this year?
Yes, we also have some carryover naman from last year.
Yeah.
For the Olympics and all the other events. So that should be fine. I'm just worried about capital outlay. For this, when I say capital outlay, it's like basically building the facilities, improving our facilities.
Right.
You all have to understand by this year, I mean, we're hosting a lot of events from boxing next month. Ymir will be in Nino Aquino Stadium. We have swimming, we have wushu, we have karate, we have volleyball. So I just want to make sure na our facilities are up to par or ready for these events.
All right. Well, malaking trabaho 'yan, and of course malaking pondo ang kakailanganan. You mentioned PAGCOR. Of course, it is one of the biggest contributors sa pondo ng PSC by law. And if you can just give the fans, our viewers, an idea, Chairman, of how much PAGCOR was able to contribute last year for you, and kung anong in-expect mo also this coming year.
PAGCOR has been a huge help. They take care of all the funding of the allowances for all these athletes. You all have to understand that we back in 2019 we only had 39 sports, and to date we have 76 sports to date. So medyo doubled, and the funding has been the same. Okay, so but we've been actually managing in supporting all these athletes. What I'm asking from PAGCOR right now is to give me extra to how to actually help me fix facilities, which I would think they will agree on a if not on a lump sum, but on a per year. I have 4 years left in my term, and I told them just use my term to fix PSC and fix all facilities already for the athlete and for the sports. They've been averaging close to 2.2 billion a year.
Well,
for all these athletes and sports.
Alam ko, Chairman, that one of the issues or clarifications na many chairmen, chairpersons have asked sa PAGCOR is the clarification on the actual amount that should be contributed to the PSC. No? Alam natin that it should be 5% of a particular number, pero parang ang nakukuha lang ng PSC was less than that. Has that been clarified at all? Has that been discussed with President Altenco ng PAGCOR, or is that even something that has been taken up, I guess, with the Executive Secretary, Chairman? Ano ang plan?
Yeah, when we sat down, actually, he just told me that, because I also talked to Coach Yengiao about it, because he was the one who actually spearheaded this 5% of gross 5% to PSC from PAGCOR. I just told him when I met with him was, I'm not here for the 5%. I don't want to discuss that. I know it's in the Supreme Court. I'm just here to actually asking you if you can help PSC, because we do need help on the capital outlay. And I gave him a figure on like a 500 million every year, and that will actually greatly help already PSC on fixing these facilities.
Well, alam natin na mahalaga yan. Ang daming kailangang ayusin. Kahit yung building ng PSC, Chairman Dickie, alam ko na nung huling earthquake, talagang tinamaan tayo. And hopefully, talagang makuha mo yung pondo na kailangan mo. Let me ask you about your assessment of 2023, Chairman Dickie. We went through the Asian Games. We went through the Southeast Asian Games. And of course, quite a good number of medals na napanalunan. What is your assessment of the performance ng ating mga atleta back in 2023 or last year?
I'll give all the athletes in our participation, our performance last year was a double thumbs up. But I'm proud that the athletes performed last year. But if on a sports aspect, when you do, I noticed, I observed kasi every event, like for example swimming, we have Philippine athletes, but it's still far behind from China, Vietnam, Singapore. I was talking to Mr. Uitengso about swimming because he's a swimming athlete, and we're just far behind. I would think na kung tap when they finish. Pero yung Pilipinas, it's like 4 seconds after, then we will tap. So there's in every sport there's a lot of improvement, and I just want to use my term to actually start fixing everything from equipment, from training facilities, from trying to help the nutrition of the players, meals, helping the program. I don't want to, as I said from the start, I don't want to be this chairman or PSC just to give out funding. That's I'm not interested in that. If I could actually PSC get more involved with these athletes, with the programs of the NSAs, then that would be more meaningful for me.
Interestingly, binanggit mo yung NSA, Chairman Dickie, it has always been the role of the PSC na bigyan sila ng pondo, but of course, under certain parameters. Kamusta ang relationship ng PSC now with the NSAs, including those that have been quote-unquote delinquent sa iyo, Chairman Dickie?
Yeah, you would know that because every board meeting they would actually be giving the NSAs na may unliquidated. As you know also may mga NSAs na inherited yung mga unliquidated na. So I'm actually meeting the commissioner of COA to actually discuss yung mga NSAs na with unliquidated na inherited. So and I'm the reason why I'm actually asking for that meeting is how I can help the NSAs. Kasi medyo unfair din na sa NSA na they came in and there's mga 6 million unliquidated from the past organization. So that's what I'm going to discuss with COA Commissioner, and hopefully we can find a win-win situation for the NSA and for the government as well.
Right. Very good. Well, Chairman, in one of your interviews, nabanggit mo this idea that you wanted to send younger, perhaps even newer athletes to the Southeast Asian Games, yung mga regional games, no? And not so much send the elite athletes like Obiena and Hidelin and Kaloy, because you wanted to give them more exposure, going away from this mentality of medal mentality. Can you explain a little bit more of this, Chairman Dickie?
Observing the Southeast Asian Games and the Asian Games, listening to all these NSAs and listening to players as well. There are some elite athletes that actually don't have to actually compete in the Southeast Asian Games. Because we will never find the next athlete if we don't actually include all the others in the training pool. Okay. And that is I'm hoping, but I have no control over that. That's the NSA and that's the POC. But I do wish that, we have a balance of sending athletes or having athletes perform in the Southeast Asian Games and Asian Games. Southeast Asian Games is given already. In athletes in the training pool, we can compete and we can actually win medals. We don't have to send an Obiena to actually come down and perform just to win. I would leave that up to him, but I would also want a balance between the national pool to give them a chance to actually win medals and actually perform. How can we actually improve our national pool, our athletes in the training pool when they don't actually hindi kasali sa events?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
When I was discussing, sa board meeting, national training pool and non-national training pool. And then I heard there that we cannot support the athletes in the non-training pool.
That's right. Oh.
So I kind of tweaked our board a bit to allow at least 5 players of the non-training pool to actually join and compete as well. And we will support Mastina flights, hotel lang, so they can actually gain experience.
Right. Oh.
And that's what we've been doing since day one in our term.
Maganda yun. Maganda yun. Alam natin yan na ang binabayaran lamang ng PSC ay yung mga nasa national training pool. But in your move to allow even those that are not in the non-training pool, this will allow the NSAs to further expand their training program. Ano ang naging reaction dito ng POC at ng NSAs, Chairman? Will they actually give you that leeway to recommend even beyond the training pool, the national team?
Yeah, wala naman issue. So far, all the other NSAs are thankful. for the that we are including at least, it's not a lot, but 3 to 5 athletes of the non-training pool for men's and women's, just for flights and accommodation lang.
Excellent.
It's a big help for these athletes for experience and to get better.
Excellent. Well, this year is going to be a big year, and with the Paris Olympics coming up in the middle of the year, so far 4 na atleta pa lamang ang nagka-qualify for the Philippine team. Are you expecting more, Chairman Dickie?
Yes, we're expecting more from the athletics, boxing, and weightlifting. So I think Heidelin and also has like 2 more windows. So hopefully she would also make it. I'm looking at maybe hopefully around 8 to 10 that are actually going to actually be in the Olympics.
Gaano kalaking budget ang inilalaan ng PSC, Chairman Dickie, for the Paris Olympics, for the training as well as the competitions?
I just don't want to give a figure, but there is a budget since last year, but it's prepared. But what I'm doing right now is I'm also asking more budget from our senators and even private sector to actually support the athletes that will actually qualify for the Olympics on their road to the Olympics. So I'm preparing that already. I haven't actually told the NSAs yet, pero I'm doing the work already. So may extra funding pa to help them, to push them to actually perform.
Excellent. And we know, of course, on PSC, that is one of the authorities' rights, powers of the PSC to grant tax incentives to the private sector. And certainly, that if you can pull some money, malaking bagay yan para sa ating atleta. Later on, we will be talking to President Al Panlilio ng MVP Sports Foundation, and he has also said their commitment to the athletes is unwavering. When you talk about the Olympics, Chairman, of course, we know in the last Olympics, tayo ay nakakuha ng ating first medal in the history of the Philippines, and we had a couple of other medals there. Would a medalless stint in Paris be a failure in your mind, Chairman, sa Paris?
Making it to qualifying to the Olympics is napakahirap and is a blessing already. Winning it is icing in the cake. Getting a medal is icing in the cake. So, whatever it is, qualifying, I'm happy. All I want to do is actually support these athletes and give them the funding and give them the just to actually support them to actually make them accomplish these medals. And walang issues, just to leave them alone and support lang. And if they win it, I'm happy with it.
Great. Well, I'm sure na ang POC will be very happy to hear this. I have a couple of questions before I let you go. I know you're busy this morning. Grassroots program ng PSC, you mentioned PRISA. What other things are we looking at this year also, Chairman?
Yeah, so we partnered with PRISA. I've actually talked to the NCAA and the UAAP as well. I've noticed that the UAAP and NCAA is every year it's the same sports. Again, we have 76 sports right now. And hopefully this platform can help me grow sports. As you know as well, also I have offices in Davao, in Cebu, in Vigan, Baguio. So I want to use these offices properly to actually expand the reach of PSC. I've noticed for the past 3-5 years, palaging parehong probinsya pinupuntahan natin. So I do want to change that and go to the smaller provinces to expand the reach of PSC.
All right. Well, that is good. Good news sa lahat ng ating mga atleta sa buong Pilipinas. Chairman, one more thing, yung Philippine Sports Training Center, which of course is also in your mandate to build. Ano ang latest update then, Chairman Dickie? Do we already have a final venue? Is it still going to be in Bataan?
Just to update lang, I think it's in the third reading of Congress. The new Clark City they're trying to convert that into and pass it on to PSC to handle. Okay, so the funding for the Bataan, I think, is going to move to New Clark City for PSC. I just don't know how long it will be approved. Third reading of Congress, nakapasa na. So now it will go to the Senate. So how long will that take? I have no experience, but hopefully I am ready to do the training, to take care of the facility in New Clark City. The plan is elite athletes will be trained there, and yung mga atleta na may still in college, still in school, there is also Rizal Memorial and Phil Sports. That is the plan.
All right. And therefore, well, again, that is a development na now the PSC is considering talaga yung New Clark City, which I saw during my short time there, and definitely it's a wonderful transition. Chairman, yung budget ba pareho pa rin na ilalaan, and is that gonna be kahit papaano, is that also part of your budget this year? Kasama na ba yan?
No, pero so if it gets turned over this year, then I'll be lobbying again in Congress, to actually start building facilities, proper facilities, multi-sports, and all the other sports in New Clark City. That would be the perfect hosting for international events. You have all the hotels there, you have all the billeting, and once we do all the other facilities, it'll be perfect hosting for all international events.
Galing. Well, it is exciting, and getting our own facility for our elite athletes and really building an extensive one for the PSC. That is something that will certainly be a legacy that you can leave behind. Chairman,
my fingers are crossed.
and we are all hoping that it'll happen. Chairman Dickie, I as a parting shot here, I know it has been a very tough and difficult first year. But you have you've gone through the ika nga, birth pains, and now it's time for you, as you mentioned earlier, to begin your real work. What do you think is the biggest challenge that you see for Philippine sports and the PSC, which you want to fix during your term?
I would number one basically is my back of house, my PSC. I really have to improve our people, and that I will do this year. The second would be actually the relationship between PSC and POC. It's a given. We have to work together to actually support these athletes and all sports. And I am willing to work with POC for the athlete and for the sport. And hopefully I can get more funding and to actually support the other sports. I'm actually talking to Mr. Oiteng Su to help me also on the private sector, to put in a fund and keep it with not with PSC but with all these private companies. So I can tap when yung mga ibang sports na wala masyadong funding, I can tap that fund to actually support. I think there was a program for the private sector to adapt a sport. I would want to bring that back, and like a Alaska or San Miguel or MVP group, choose a sport, and you have a funding for them, and they could actually tap it. Don't use PSC anymore. They can go straight to the NSA for additional funding.
Well, we wish you all the best. We wish you that you've all success na magawa mo yan para sa ating atleta. Dickie, how as you could now continue with your work, ano ba, may lifestyle change ka ba? What has been your biggest lifestyle change, pare?
I had no weekends for the past 8-9 months. My riding, you all know that I like to motorcycle. That's gone. Pero I do actually mix in when I visit the provinces. I do take my bike and I ride there. Medyo ayaw ng mga staff ko ng PSC because it's a media nightmare. Pero hindi, kailangan ko that's my stress reliever when I ride my bike.
Well, yeah, everyone will be riding your bike as well, figuratively, as you stay at the helm of the PSC. Chairman Dickie, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We wish you all the best, and anytime you need our support, please let us know. Maraming salamat.
Yes, sir. I know that I wanted to meet you last year, but I just didn't have the time. But I do want to sit down with you as well to get also feedback from you and advice. Because I do actually, I'm not, I still believe that I'm not a know-it-all, and I need the advice from everyone. And I would like to sit down with you to get more advice from you.
Absolutely. Anytime. Maraming salamat, Chairman Dickie. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Mga kaibigan, ang chairman of the Philippine Sports Commission, si Chairman Richard Dickie Bachmann, again, so many things on his table, so many things on his plate. Alam natin yan. And it's a tough task, but hopefully, with everyone's support, and of course, yung sabi niya nga, magkasundo na maayos ang relasyon ng Philippine Olympic Committee at saka ng Philippine Sports Commission. That is important para sa ating mga atleta. Alright, mga kaibigan, when we return, syempre, pag-usapan natin yung naunsa mi kanina kasi inuna natin si Chairman Dickie na fast take. Abangan nyo po yan. But bago yan, isa muna pong paalala mula sa ating mga kaibigan sa SMART. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by SMART. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page in your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The Giga Life app is the latest mobile app from SMART that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Bro Prepaid, and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the Giga Life app do for me? Check your balance, monitor your current subscription, top up using debit credit card, subscribe to the latest Giga promos, monitor your data consumption, auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to Smart Network one-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99. And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart. Live more today. Sa ating pong pagbabalik, fast take, at makakasama natin ang presidente ng Samahang Basketbol ng Pilipinas, si Mr. Al Panlilio. Ito po ang Power and Play hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Chooks to Go, at ng Arena Plus. Ang oras po natin, 8:53 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by M2 Tea Drinks with malunggay, okra, and luya. Drink your gulay and fuel up on energy with M2 Tea Drinks.
I dare to dream big, to be a voice of my generation, to inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours with Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
Sherry. Masarap. Malinis. Friendliest store crew. At higit sa lahat, healthy. Ang bawat manok ay laki sa alaga, hindi sa gamot. Garantisado, zero antibiotics. And that's the Chooks experience. Kaya mag-Chooks to stay na. Dito lang sa Chooks. Natagpuan mo na ba ang totoo sa'yo? 92.3 Radyo 5 True FM. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Mukhang kailangan kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taon pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Totoong abot na abot ang True FM saan man panig ng Pilipinas at sa buong mundo. Basta may Pilipino. Sundan at ilike ang Radyo 5 True FM sa Facebook, TikTok, Instagram at sa X o Twitter. Dito na tayo sa totoo. True FM, tunay na kapatid. Maaasahan sa radyo at online.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taon pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Dahil hindi kasya ang isang oras, ang Power and Play 2 oras na. Alamin ang mga maiinit na balita sa mundo ng palakasan. Power and Play, kasama niyo ako, Noli Eala, tuwing Sabado mula alas 8 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga sa Radyo 5 92.3 True FM. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taon pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Season 2 na ang Wow Mali, Doble Tama. Pranks na parang totoo, ito todo pa. Ang mga prank stars kakasapa rin sa malupit na pang-good time. At tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang paghahanap ng mga kwento na tatamaan ang ating mga puso. Jose Manalo at Wally Bayola sa Wow Mali, Doble Tama. Tuwing Sabado 6:15 p.m. Tutok na sa TV5.
25,000 watts ng totoong tunog ng FM radio.
Totoong pinalakas, totoong pinagtibay ng mga batikang mamamahayag sa paghahatid ng news,
Public service,
entertainment,
music,
information at inspiration para sa bawat kapatid, bawat Pilipino. Ito ang 92.3 Radyo 5 True FM. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Power and Play with Noli Eala. Magnabigat kada kayo. Amen sa lahat po ng ating mga kaibigan sa Baguio City and of course sa San Esteban, Ilocos Sur, sa Pangasinan, sa Urdaneta, Pangasinan. Oy, binabati ko nga pala lahat po ng mga nagsasapit ng kanilang birthday ngayon pong araw na ito. Gusto ko pong batiin of course ang aking kaibigan si Jojo Mercado ng isang happy birthday. Kasama ko kahapon si Jojo sa isang laro at kamusta? And I hope you have a great weekend, partner. Gusto ko rin pong batiin ng isang happy wedding or rather happy anniversary ang aking kapatid, si Doc Jovi at si Ate Lot. Happy anniversary sa inyong dalawa. Kahapon po yan nagsapit. At nga pala, happy birthday also to the president and of course head ng San Miguel Corporation, si Boss RSA. Happy birthday, Boss. Hope you have a good one. Sana ipatuloy ang maging success ng SMC sa inyong lahat ng proyekto and of course lahat ng inyong basketball teams. Alright, at this point, well, ipasok po natin yung dapat kanina, medyo syempre, una si Chairman Dickie. At ngayon po, atin ang simulan ang ating paboritong Fast Take. At ang Fast Take, kahetid sa inyo ng Cherry Tigo, there's more to our cars. At ngayong araw pong ito, ay ang ating kasama sa Fast Take, ang ating mga kaibigan at balik Fast Takers, of course, si paring Ray Joble ng Tribune Sports at si Michael Jugado ng Malaya. Good morning, Ray and Michael. Pasensya na kayo at inuna ko muna ang beauty before power.
Of course. No problem. No problem, Commissioner. Good morning to you.
No problem po.
Happy New Year.
Good morning, Mike.
Happy New Year sa inyong dalawa. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Happy New Year po ko.
This particular day.
Happy New Year.
Alam mo, maganda yung huntahan namin kanina ni Chairman Dickie. So I wanna ask you, Ray, kasi ikaw kahit paano, you've also followed ang PSC. Anong wish mo para sa Philippine Sports Commission this year, Ray?
Well, of course, since this is an Olympic year, another gold medal. Yan ang gusto natin makita, no? If we ever saw that for the first time kay Heidi Diaz, probably kay EJ Obiena or kay Carlos Yulo, we can see it dito sa paparating na Olympics. That's what I want to see dito sa ating mga atleta, no, para dito sa Philippine Sports Commission na sinusuportahan nila. So, at the same time, syempre, tuloy-tuloy na magandang programa para sa ating grassroots program.
Well, yun ay mga puntong binanggit nga kanina ni Chairman Bachmann at sana nga matuloy yung kanya mga plano. Sabi nga niya nag-obserba daw siya nung first year niya at ngayon ay handa na siya na ipatupad yung mga gusto niyang gawin para sa commission. Mike, andito sa bansa, well, I think wala na, umalis yata, pero dumating kamakailan si Dwight Howard, ang isang future Hall of Famer of course at NBA superstar, para maglaro sa ating koponan na Strong Group Athletics sa Dubai International Tournament. Maraming nagsasabi at nabanggit din niya na siya daw ay handa maglaro sa PBA dahil pasok naman daw siya sa height limit. Mike, sa tingin mo ba magandang idea na si Dwight Howard ay ikonsidera at makapaglaro sa PBA?
Definitely, yan. Kumbaga, it will be good for the PBA kung si Dwight Howard ay maglalaro kasi talagang legit NBA superstar yun. hindi naman bench warmer yun. Talagang superstar. So, kung nangyari yun, baka attract mas maraming fans and it will be just really good for the league. Tapos, ang problema lang kasi na nakikita ko next season na if ever, kasi di ba ang PBA ngayon, Governors Cup tapos All Filipino, 2 conferences lang and then tsaka babalik ulit sa 3 conferences next season sa 49th season na. So, next year na. Pero, sana mabigyan ng chance. Sabi naman niya, kapag sinukat daw siya na walang sapatos, 6'9" lang siya. Okay, so yun lang siguro ko. Sana.
Pero na lang kung may kalyo at nasukat pati kalyo.
Pero nagkaroon ng buhok, di ba?
Alam natin of course na si Dwight Howard old era center yan ng NBA, no? Yung nasa low block, yung kumukuha ng offensive rebounds, power moves. Iba na ang basketball ngayon with the advent of the big man center na kagaya ni Nikola Jokic at ni Joel Embiid na talagang marunong gumwardya. I hope, if only for the attraction, but mukhang maraming teams ang siguro gusto makuha yung kanyang klaseng malaki dahil para tumapat doon sa mga mabibigat na players ng San Miguel at ng Ginebra, no? But again, Dwight Howard is Dwight Howard and he will still remain as an attraction, as a magnet para sa ating mga fans. Alright, alam nyo na ang drill, gentlemen, dito sa ating fast take. Walang tama, walang mali, bato-bato sa langit, tamaan, wag magagalit. At of course, ang opinion nyo lamang ang mahalaga. And we have 3 issues, 1 minute per issue. At simulan na natin dito sa ating unang tanong para sa inyo. Recently, nagkaroon tayo ng mga balita na may mga players, collegiate players ng basketball na naglilipatan from one team to another mula sa NCAA papuntang UAAP, mula sa UAAP kapwa UAAP o NCAA kapwa NCAA. At ang bali-balita ito ay dahil sa mga ino-offer ng mga eskwelahan dito sa mga players na ito. Ayaw na natin magbanggit ng pangalan, pero yan ay maugong na maugong. So ang tanong, dapat bang i-regulate ng collegiate leagues o kahit nga ng SBP na alam naman natin ang overall NSA para sa basketball, ang paglipat ng mga players dahil or base sa mga ino-offer ng mga school teams? I'll begin with you, Ray. 1 minute. Go.
Well, Commissioner, yung paglipat-lipat ng mga players na yan, kailan lang naman nauso yan di ba? Back in those days, alam naman natin kagad na high school pa lang yung mga players, alam na nila kung saan sila pupunta. Like in the case of the players of San Beda before, na sina Ronnie Magsanok, sina Benji Paras, di ba? Na kumbaga high school pa lang sila, and then pagpasok nila ng college, alam nila na pupunta sila sa UP, something like that, no? Pero ngayon, ang nangyayari, you're going to see somebody na maglalaro sa isang collegiate team, and then all of a sudden pupunta siya rito sa another team, or yung isa naman willing mag-sit out para makapaglaro in another league, no? So ang nangyayari tuloy ngayon, nagiging trend na siya ngayon. So it's about time the SBP should step up.
Well, we know that talagang ito ay kumbaga recent development at kahit papaano minsan hindi maganda sa paningin ano, at saka sa panlasa. Mike, same issue, dapat bang i-regulate na ng collegiate leagues, UAAP, NCAA at ng SBP ang itong mga paglipat-lipat ng players base sa offers ng mga school teams? Mike, 1 minute, go.
Para sa akin, dapat siguro na it's about time for the SPP or kung sino mang regulating sports body na medyo kailangan mabantayan na kasi nagiging rampant na eh. Kung mapapansin nga natin, maraming players talaga ngayon na yung lipatan talaga after a season or 2 seasons, lilipat sila or sa high school nakapag-commit na sila sa isang school pero because of quote-unquote may offers na mas maganda or greener pastures kung tinatawag, lumilipat sila. Sad thing there is syempre parang yung loyalty. Okay, although sa sports naman, pag sabi mong loyalty, pag basketball, kapag nag-pro ka naman, yung trades, normal lang. Pero ito kasi college pa lang or even high school pa lang, parang yun, nangyayari na yung bagay na yun. At saka, ang pinaka kasi doon, yung mga offers talagang parang over the moon yung mga offers. So, dapat na mabantayan.
Well, alam niyo po, ako I agree with you na dapat simulan na yan kasi baka it will get out of hand. Yun ang mahirap pagka masyado ng napabayaan. Sa US, may mga legislation, may mga decisions ng ang korte, ang Supreme Court, up to the Supreme Court, na talagang nire-regulate ang NCAA no, sa Amerika. No? And dito, I know for a fact na some players are getting offers of as much as a house and lot, as much as a business, negosyo ang ibinibigay sa kanila ng mga alumni, patrons ng mga koponan, no? So and even supporters, it is not good for the league. Sa akin I know you should be taking care of your future, etc., etc. Pero sumama ka sa school team Hindi pa naman kung gusto mong di mag-aral ka na lang kung 'yun ang gusto mo to take care of your future. Sumama ka 'di ba? And I think it is also the responsibility ng liga na talagang kahit papaano wag sirain ang magandang balanse at parity at lalong-lalo na ang cooperation ng mga schools, no. Ang biggest question of course, Ray and Mike, is paano? Kasi karamihan diyan nalulusutan ang mga liga. That is the big question. Again, how do you do it? Yan ang katanungan. And again, as they say, maraming paraan to skin a cat, pero ang tanong gusto ba na hanapan ng solusyon? Second issue of the morning tayo mga kapatid. Eto na, medyo palapit na tayo sa quarterfinals ng PBA at of course ang kagabi ang San Miguel Beermen, muling nagpakita ng kalakasan. Tinalo nila ang Blackwater Bossing, assuring them of at least a twice to beat advantage already, possibly even the second slot. So ang tanong, ano ang early predictions nyo para sa PBA playoffs? I'll begin with you, Mike. 1 minute, go!
Maganda yung ngayon, maganda yung kumbaga yung chase for the remaining quarterfinals bonus yung twice to beat kasi top 4 pasok na si Magnolia and si Phoenix tapos kagabi nga San Miguel. So if I'm not mistaken yung fourth and final spot yung top 4 na may twice to beat, Ginebra and Meralco na lang ang naglalaban doon. So maganda siya. Pagdating naman ng playoffs ng quarterfinals, for me, ang pinaka-surprising na team, yung Phoenix. Talaga nang pinapakita nila, number 2 sila. at the moment. So parang, 'di ba, parang in the past few seasons, simula na wala sila Macho Right, sila Calvin Abueva, parang hindi mo i-expect na ganito kagandang ipapakita nila. Tsaka yung import, sabi nga ni RJ Hasul ba, na parang wala daw toyo yung import. So malaking bagay yun for import spice conferences talaga din. So Phoenix for me yung biggest surprise.
Yeah, talagang sorpresa ang Phoenix at sana ako, alam mo, bihira tayo makakita ng non-PLDT or SMC team dyan. Sana nga, maganda kanilang ipakita pagdating sa playoffs. Ray, same issue or same question. Ano ang early prediction mo para sa PBA playoffs? 1 minute, Ray. Go!
Well, I see San Miguel picking at the right time, Commissioner, dito sa liga, no, dito sa ongoing Commissioner's Cup. And right now, yung mga injured players nila are coming back ahead of the playoffs. And kaya nga naman nakuha na ng San Miguel yung playoff bonus, twice to beat na sila. So either 2 or 3 na lang ang hihintayin nila. On the other hand, si Phoenix talaga namang surprisingly this conference maganda yung ipinakita nila. This is the best performance so far for the Fuel Masters since the bubble tournament. No? Noong time na si Coach Tongpix Robinson pa yung nag-handle sa team. But para sa akin, Commissioner, dito, no, I see Magnolia making a deep run to the playoffs. It's now or never for this veteran-laden team. Kasi etong team na to, wala naman tong kinuhang rookie this season eh. But I see them, yung chemistry nila, playing in effect sa playoffs.
Wow, Magnolia has been impressive, ika nga. And I agree with you. I think they will go deep into the playoffs. Ito, I will go on a limb here, out on a limb. Malamang ang makakatapat ng Magnolia dito, kung hindi man Meralco, Barangay Ginebra. Again, that Manila Clasico will be exciting pagdating sa semifinals. And I will go out on a limb. I think right now Magnolia is playing a lot better than any of the teams. And sa tingin ko, kaya nilang tapatan kung hindi man talunin ang Barangay Ginebra. But you're right, also San Miguel has been playing well. And it might be the same people in the finals. Pero ganyan talaga eh. Ganyan kalalakas sa mga kuponan ng SMC. At sana kahit papano ang Phoenix makalusot. Pero again, it will be a tough hill climb, pero it will be an exciting playoffs na yun naman lagi ang ating inaasahan pagdating sa PBA. All right, let's go to our third and final issue of the morning. Alam mo, nung isang araw, I was doing the ASL game, New Taipei Kings versus the Ryukyu Golden Kings, dun pag ginanap sa Taipei City. And in that particular game, ang New Taipei Kings tumira ng halos 34 na 3-point shot. And mantakin nyo, ang kanilang naipasok ay 4 lamang. 4 lamang, 4 out of 34. Pero yung huling tira ni Jeremy Lin ang nagpapanalo para sa kanila. He was 0 out of 6. But he scored his last 3-point shot. In the NBA, mga kapatid, ang 3-point shot, isang weapon na madalas nang gamitin. The most number of 3-point shots in the NBA per team is the Boston Celtics, averaging 42, almost 43 3-point shots in a game. Ang LA Lakers is the 30th with 30 3-point shot, and the average 3-point shots taken in the NBA is 36 in a game. Mga kapatid, 36 in a game. So ito ang ating tanong at issue. Sumusobra na ba ang reliance ng basketball teams sa 3-point shot? At ito ba ay nagiging masama ng itsura o tama lamang? I'll begin with you, Ray. 1 minute, go.
Well, Commissioner, gone are the days that 3-point shots are called low percentage shot, no? Before, yun ang tawag sa kanila, no? Pero hindi na ngayon eh. That's part of the evolution of basketball eh, no? If we can see big men dribbling the basketball, if we see 6'9", 6'10", being converted to point guard, and we've seen big men taking 3-point shots as well. These things are part of evolution, no? Pero yung sinasabi mo na kung marami, kung sumusobra na ba, I don't think it has become a habit na sa kanila na tumitira sila ng ganong kadami. It is just part of the evolution. That's what I'm seeing right now. If they're going to make the 3-point shot, so be it. If not, then that's really part of the game plan. Talagang nangyayari yun eh. May mga times talaga na teams are having a difficult time making their attempts.
All right. Well, I'm sure a lot of basketball coaches will agree with you. Mike, same question. Sa takbo ng basketball ngayon na puro 3-point shooting na ang nakikita natin. Sumusobra na ba ang reliance dun sa 3-point shot? 1 minute, Mike. Go.
Yung 3-point shot kasi, yung sa landscape ngayon ng basketball talaga nagbabago na eh. Talagang yun nga. Yung mga big men talaga ngayon sa buong mundo, when you observe kahit sa mga Japan B-League and sa other upstart teams maliban sa NBA, tumitira na talaga ng tres eh. Kasi it's called the great equalizer and kung sumusobra na, maybe, yes, may agree. Nung sumusobra na. Pero ito na kasi yung kumbaga yung game, yung evolution ng laro. Ganun na eh. 'Di ba? Kapag big man ka, hindi na lang pwedeng big man ka na yung dating laro na talagang back down, ilalim lang, low post. Ngayon pag big man ka, kailangan may tira ka na sa labas, may tira ka na rin sa tres. Tapos syempre, yung mga shooters like ang Splash Brothers kasi sila Steph Curry and si Klay Thompson yung parang sa kanila nagsimula yan eh na talagang sa Golden State Warriors in the mid 2015, mga ganong time na they rely on the 3-point shot.
And they relied on it with success. And alam mo kung ating pag-uusapan ay whether naging successful yung paggamit ng 3-point shot. Obviously, it is a terrific weapon to have sa isang koponan. As you can see in this season alone, ng NBA, sa NBA, number 1 ang Boston in terms of the team standings, and they have the most 3-point shots taken in a game. So, I guess you're right in that sense na even in the PBA, even in the UAAP, nakikita natin yung dami ng tres. As far as whether it is a good strategy, obviously, it is working. Pero sa akin, as a purist of basketball, I find it boring. Talagang ngayon wala ka nang nakikita kung hindi puro na lang ikot ng bola tapos titira ng tres. That's all you see in a game. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the coaches, pero it's just, to me, almost non-thinking. That's why kahit papano, lalo na, and I watched that EASL game, lalo na kung hindi pumapasok, ang sakit sa mata. Sa totoo lang. Now, if you're an NBA team that can shoot 50% of your 42 shots, ang gandang tingnan. Pero pag hindi naman pumapasok yan, baguhin naman natin ang strategy. Hindi lang yun nang yun. At umaasa na lamang sa tsamba. Sana nga, magkaroon ng evolution muli ang basketball na kahit papano, bumalik yung creativity ng isang player. Dahil at the end of the day, it is still the beauty of the sport. Hindi lamang yung pagbato ng bola na gusto nating makita sa ating mga players. Gentlemen, Ray, maraming salamat sa panahon binigay mo sa atin. And Mike, good luck sa lahat ng ating mga gagawin ngayong 2024. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Com.
Mga kaibigan, Ray Joble at si Mike Jugado, mga kasama natin po sa Fast Take. Alright, bago pa tayo magpatuloy, isa muna pong pagsilip sa mga viral videos at pop culture sa mundo ng palakasan sa ating Stop and Pop. Malayo pa naman ang Valentine's pero po itong ating sa ating itatampok sa ating Stop and Pop, medyo may pagkatema na ng pag-ibig. Ang ating pong titulo dito sa video ito ay Falling in Love. Panoorin niyo po ito Ito po namang basketball move na ito, naku, napakatindi. One-on-one nagpivot si Kuya. Sabay halik sa defender. Aba, the moves Sa ibang mga referee, foul yan ha. Pero yung ganyan, sipa na lang ang katapat. Fouling in love. Yan po ang ating stop and pop. Actually po, yun po si Christiana Dimaunahan, yung pong anak ni Coach Aris. At yung kanya pong boyfriend na si Hubert Cani. Kaya kayo masyadong masyak dyan dahil talaga namang in love na in love. Alright, we'll take a quick break sa ating pong pagbabalik. Ang Pangulo ng Samahang Basketbol ng Pilipinas, Mr. Panlilio, will be with us. Ito po ang Power and Play hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Chooks to Go at ng Arena Plus. Ang oras po natin, 9:21 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by M2 Tea Drink with malunggay, okra, and luya. Drink your gulay and fuel up on energy with M2 Tea Drinks.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day. Plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
Sherry. Masarap. Malinis. Friendly store crew. At higit sa lahat, healthy. Ang bawat manok ay laki sa alaga, hindi sa gamot. Garantisado, zero antibiotics. And that's the Chooks experience. Kaya mag-Chooks to stay na. Dito lang sa Chooks.
Totoo sa paghahatid ng balita, impormasyon, serbisyo. Totoo sa'yo. 92.3 Radyo 5 True FM. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taon pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Buhay Unleash. Nais mo bang makamit?
Kontento ka na ba sa buhay mo?
Kasusweldo pa lang, ubus na.
Yung iba nga, hindi pa sumesweldo. Ubus na.
Ang tagal mo sa trabaho, wala pa ring asenso.
Gusto mong magnegosyo, pero hindi mo alam kung paano.
Sa iyong relasyon, punong-puno ba ng komplikasyon?
May pag-asa pa ba tayo?
Good news! May Buhay Unleash! Ang programang gagabay sa'yo para ilabas ang galing mo.
Kasama ang nagbabalik na power couple na sina Vic at Evelyn Garcia tuwing Sabado alas 4 hanggang alas 5 ng hapon.
Dito lang sa 92.3 True FM.
Ang tagumpay ay makakamtan. Masayang buhay, tunay na makabuluhan.
Ito ang Buhay Unleash.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taon pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Power and Play with Noli, Eala. Siya nga pala, gusto ko po magpasalamat kay Wilma Van Hokulum na ating pong kasama po na makeup artist ngayong araw pong ito. Again, maraming salamat kay Ma'am Wilma sa kanya pong serbisyo ngayong pong araw na ito. Alright, Talking about services, again, gusto ko pong magpasalamat sa lahat po ng mga tagapagtaguyod ng Power and Play. Kung hindi po dahil sa kanila, wala rin po ang inyong paboritong kasama at kasalo tuwing Sabado ng umaga. Gusto ko pong pasalamatan ng Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum sa ganitong pabago-bago ang panahon, mga kapatid. Sobrang init, uulan, lalamig. Kailangan natin ng matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ang bubong ay yerong may aluminum. Kapag may aluminum, tsak na pang matagalan. At isa lang ang alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pang matagalang yero. Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo 5X Pro. This is your chance to win an electric vehicle with Cherry Auto Philippines. For a limited time only, every purchase of a Cherry vehicle gets you closer to winning their newest Cherry EQ1 model. This EQ1 electric vehicle is equipped with a 4-wheel disc brakes, wireless mobile phone charging, power front seats, and a stylish interior that integrates a user-friendly 10-inch infotainment system. Choose from the sleek and sporty subcompact Tigo 2 Pro, fuel-efficient Tigo 5X Pro Hybrid, Tigo 7 Pro Hybrid, the elegant Tigo 8 Pro, and the fully loaded Tigo 8 Pro plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Hurry and visit any Cherry dealership near you or check out their website at www.cherryauto.ph for more details. You can also visit them on Facebook and Instagram at Cherry Auto Philippines.
Thank you!
Chooks to go ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Subukan ang kanilang pinakabagong oven-roasted chicken na mas pinasarap dahil sa nagumapaw na flavorful chicken juice. Subukan ang harissa roast, sweet roast, pepper roast. Try also Chooks, the first dine-in restaurant ng Chooks to go. Chooks to stay with Chooks to go. Chooks to go ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan.
Thank you!
Joyride. Super excited na kami sa pinakabagong super serbisyo ng Joyride Super App. Ito ang aming Joyride Super Taxi. Maganda at bagong sasakyan, super luwag pa ng trunk space para sa inyong kagamitan. Full-time at professional na mga drivers, pwede parahin at pwede rin i-book sa app. At higit sa lahat, walang dagdag presyo at dimetrong pamasahe. Isa na namang handog ng Joyride Super App para sa mga super sipag na mananakay na Pilipino. Super serbisyo ng Dimetrong kasundo. Yan ang taxi, yan ang Joyride Super Taxi. Available sa Metro Manila.
Thank you!
717 Delis, serving quality classic premium sandwiches. Treat yourself to a feel-good meal today. Located at 3rd floor, 53 Connecticut Street, Green Hills, San Juan. 717 Deli. Keep you smiling with every bite.
Thank you!
Arena Plus. Mahilig ka ba sa sports betting? Habang nanonood ng laro, narito ang Arena Plus. Manalo at manood ng live sport kahit saan. Arena Plus, ang official sportsbook partner ng PBA, MPBL at EASL. Kasama pa ang mga astig sa court na sina Jordan Clarkson at Scotty Thompson as official endorsers ng Arena Plus. Keep it fun, game responsibly. Download Arena Plus app now in App Store or Google Play. You can watch it also on arenaplus.ph. Sa Arena Plus, astig sa sports.
Thank you!
Skin, your face and body anti-aging center with branches at Alabang Town Center and Green Hills, San Juan. For your skin assessment and treatment schedule, please call 0917-890-1640 or 0977-809-8886.
Thank you!
M2 Tea Drink with malunggay, okra, and luya. Drink your gulay and fuel up on energy with M2 Tea Drink with malunggay, okra, and luya. Your natural source of electrolytes.
Thank you!
And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart. Live more today.
Thank you!
Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng ating mga sponsors. And of course, in February, abangan nyo po ang ating pong mas marami pang pagbabago sa ating pong Power and Play. Alright, at this point, it's time to put the spotlights on another sports celebrity and another very important person in sports sa ating pong in the spotlight. Naging malaki po ang bahagi ng SBP sa nakaraang taon, lalong-lalo na sa pag-host po natin ng FIBA World Cup. And of course, at the helm of that was the president of the Samahang Basketbol ng Pilipinas. Siya rin po ang first vice president ng Philippine Olympic Committee, pangulo ng MVP Sports Foundation at governor ng PBA Board of Governors. Ang ating pong ilalagay sa In the Spotlight ngayong araw pong ito, ang SBB President, Mr. Al Panlilio. Panoorin niyo po ito. At kasama na po natin ngayon, walang iba kundi si SBP President, also the first Vice President ng Philippine Olympic Committee and President of the MVP Sports Foundation. Walang iba kundi si Sir Al Panlilio. Al, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you.
Hi, Noli. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. And Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. I hope wishing you the best this year.
Happy New Year to you and of course to the SBP and to all of your concerns. Well, first of all, I cannot start this interview without asking you, how are you? Of course, napabalita na you have decided to step aside sa PLDT as president, of course, because of some health concerns. Kamusta, Al? How are you today?
I'm well. I'm really well. Just really wanted to focus on my wellness, but I'm good. And really decided to have a change of pace. But I couldn't. Hindi ko maiiwan ng sports. Mahal na mahal po ang sports, as you know, Noli, basketball and Philippine Olympic Committee, but also MBPSF. So I always believe sports is really a good. You build great character because of sports, no, and values and stuff like that. So I also applied that during my stint as an executive. Lahat ng natuto ko sa sports, ina-apply ko rin sa corporate world.
Well, magandang balita yan na you are still, of course, with the SBP and all of the other sports concerns because kailangan natin talaga ng good leadership, hindi lamang strong leadership, but good leadership in sports. Let me ask you, Al, of course, it was a busy year para sa SPP in 2023. We hosted the FIBA World Cup, and let me begin with that. It was, of course, unprecedented. For the second time, we have hosted the FIBA World Cup 2023, and we also co-hosted with 2 other countries. So, your personal assessment first of our hosting.
Well, I'm actually very, very proud of that, no? And I think we were able to showcase na pwede ang Pilipinas sa world-class event gaya ng FIBA World Cup. And I think we've all the feedback I've gotten directly to me and through other people, through federations. I just met the Lithuanian ambassador the other day. He's based out of Korea, but he visited Manila and I had a short time with him. And he also was praising the Philippines for how we've hosted the event and how the team was actually taken care of. So lahat yun, parang very consistent, ganun yung messaging na nakukuha namin. And ang pagkakaiba daw, hindi lang sa alam natin ng basketball, we're very knowledgeable in basketball, pero yung mga tao natin, yung mga volunteers, yung mga SBP staff that was part of the World Cup, ang kanilang mindset is find solutions for problems, no, so among our guests. And that was one of the priority for us, is to make sure that we're able to, dapat lahat ng ating bisita is masaya na, and they feel that they from the time they step out of the plane up to the time that we send them off in the plane, good experience ang aming hinahambol. Halos I'm sure it's not 100%, but close to 100% ang aming feedback na lahat masaya dun sa nangyari. And I hope we able to bring, alam naman to, Noli, the level of basketball international is very different. And I think the Filipinos saw that kind of basketball. So ibang-iba talagang experience.
One of the things that was considered, of course, when we hosted the World Cup is yung tinatawag na economic impact that you had presented not only to the PBA, not only to FIBA, but also to the Philippine government. No? And of course, the example also, of course, when China hosted the World Cup back in 2019. It was the same template ni Kanga na ipinakita nyo rin sa ating pamahalaan. Can you give us a little bit of some numbers or how impactful the hosting was for the country, Eala, kahit paano?
Unfortunately, Noli, hindi pa tapos yung report ng FIBA. And I think the last time we had I had some call with Andreas. Sabi niya within the month of January, if not early February, they will be completing the study. They, as you know, they did that for Seville, they did it for Beijing. So it takes some time for, I guess, for them. They actually commission a third party. At one point, I think it was Deloitte that did the study. Hindi pa lang tapos, no? So I have no numbers to still share, but I'll be very happy to share with you as soon as we have that. But for sure, I think I don't have the numbers on top of my head, but I think in terms of social media numbers, in terms of impressions, likes, and really, I think we had close to 700 or over 700,000 attendance total, no? That we had during the World Cup, and I think that's the biggest that the FIBA has ever had, no? So, but we've really surpassed all the social media numbers for sure. Whether it's Instagram, it's Facebook, even TikTok. I think we have those numbers.
As I mentioned, this was the first time na tatlong bansa ang nagsama-sama para i-host ang World Cup. There was Japan and there was Indonesia. From the perspective of FIBA, in your discussions with the FIBA leadership and of course the executive committee that was handling the day-to-day, what was the learnings from this experience na first time natin ginawa na multi-country hosting para sa isang napakalaking event katulad ng FIBA World Cup?
Alam mo, I guess hindi siya madali, no? But I guess everybody had the mindset of collaborating for sure across three countries, and FIBA was in the middle of everything, making sure that we're able to align ticket prices, make sure that the venues are ready for the actual games, the branding, the marketing side of it, the awareness campaigns. Lahat yan pare-pareho. Even the decision on the theme, on the mascot, lahat yan. It was a collective effort across the three countries with FIBA in making it happen. So really, if I guess ang aming team, the win for all, no? So I guess we really collaborated together for sure, and the teams that were involved from Japan and Indonesia and the Philippines, talagang ano naman kami, we were all walang away, wala akong nakitang away, no? Na in fact nagko-compare kami, paano kayo nahirapan, ano yung challenges ninyo, anong ginawa ninyo, and we were sharing our experiences on how we can really host the best World Cup. Up to, I mean, wala. I think there was no real issue.
Right.
For us, we had the issue with a Serbian player that got injured, and he was Makati Med, and unfortunately his kidney was taken out after a couple of days and hindi nagre-recover. But even Serbia was quite happy with how he was treated, and gustong bumalik lahat. And I think we really showed the Filipino hospitality for sure. In terms of not only in venue but outside of the venues that they were going around and seeing the MOA area, the Araneta, even because I think the Philippine Arena was a very once in a lifetime experience. And sabi ko nga kay Andreas, hindi lang 38,000 yan eh. Palagi ko 40,000 plus yun eh. Pinapilang ata lahat eh kasi nung medyo mahaba na, pinapasok na lang ibang tao na hindi naman nabilang. It's okay. It's still the world record in terms of attendance, and hopefully it will last for a long time.
Well, obviously the way it was handled, one look ng courts, all the activities were coordinated. You see the viewership from people from the Philippines watching the games in Japan, and the people in Indonesia watching the games in the Philippines. Obviously there was a lot of cooperation, as you had mentioned. But if there was one thing, for instance, na where could we have done better? Traffic handling, is it fan engagement? Ano kaya yung pwede pa nating ma-improve? Particularly since maybe there will be other sports that may want to host a huge event in the magnitude of the World Cup.
I guess if there's one issue that really faced us, it was really the ticketing. We had an
Yeah.
issue with the vendor of the ticketing. It was outsourced by FIBA, and then we had an issue early on, and we couldn't. I had to make a call and to Andres and say, we have to make a call at some point to release tickets on our own, and we had TicketNet and SM tickets also that we're used to this anyway, di ba? And ano naman tayo, per venue naman tayo eh. So there was a decision point to really take that over, and naghahabol kami. There were certain days, in fact, after the games in MOA, hanggang mga midnight, doon kami sa MOA, inaano namin, ano yung magiging laman ng game sa bukas. So how do we start releasing tickets even more to the crowd? Sabi ko, kalimutan na natin yung revenue. I just want the venues to be filled up, no? So we were finding ways to distribute the tickets also at the same time. The other learning maybe is the level of pricing. I think if you look at it, yung sa taas punong-puno, and then yung sa baba punong-puno, pero yung sa gitna medyo there's a big gap between the cheapest tickets and the next level. I think that was something that even I and Andres were talking about, and that's a learning also from us, because these are different markets, no? The affordability issues and all of that. But basically, I think, no?
Especially for FIBA, that's a huge learning for them, I'm sure. And lalo na pagka nagkaroon ng ganyang multi-country hosting. Now that it's over, what was the most satisfying part of the hosting for you?
Sa akin, really for me, it's making sure that everybody that participated in the World Cup, starting from the Congress, all the federations were here a few days before the actual games, and the players and the teams that really went to Manila, and really just positive experiences. I think yun ang very fulfilling for us, kasi maraming tao ng trabaho ng sobra-sobra dito, yung SBP staff, and we had almost 700 volunteers that just dedicated themselves from August 25, or actually even before that, August 22 to September 10, no? Ensuring that even yung pagsalubong sa airport, alam mo, hindi ka kampante hanggang nasa aeroplano na paalis na. Na safe lahat, no? Walang nangyaring masama, and everything is okay. So, but it was bittersweet at the end, na parang nung September 10 nga, sabi ko, wow, bukas
tapos na.
Wala na, tapos na. Pinagtrabaho natin ito for 5 years, especially the last 2 years. During the pandemic, we were on Zoom meetings, and really a lot of people, I cannot name all of them, but a lot of people worked hard for this. And with the support of government, obviously, and of course the private sector, no. We had a interagency committee headed by Dickie Bachmann that was really very, very helpful. Of course, the president was, he had an executive order to make sure that all agencies supported the World Cup. So malaking tulong yun. And again, just happy that we're able to showcase the Philippines na kaya natin, Filipino, we can do a World Cup, a world-class event like the World Cup.
Absolutely, and talagang very memorable for many people, not only for the organizers and the volunteers, but also most of all to the athletes and the players that came over. And talking about the players, Al, of course, the centerpiece ng hosting natin were the games, and of course our Gilas Pilipinas squad that participated there. It was not everything that we hoped could have happened. Medyo, I'm sure you wanted something more, and Chot wanted something more, and everyone else. But I think fate had it. Ganun ang tumakbo ng ating national team. If you look at it, how much of our World Cup experience helped you and the SBP grow in terms of improving the Gilas program?
Malaki. I think you also know this. It's not rocket science, and you know this for sure. It needs continuity and chemistry among the teams to move forward. No, so it really needs a team that's together for a long time to really do well and do better. And I think that's what we're trying to improve. That was the intention during the World Cup. That's why even the PBA gave way to the training of Gilas for 3 months. But the rest is history. There were issues that came about, and we just wanted to try our very best at the end of the day. Hindi pa tapos, Noli, meron pa OQT, although very difficult yan sa Latvia. But I think moving forward, it's very clear that we have to take a look at it long term. Again, it's nothing new. I mean, we've had many models where alam mo lahat yan, yung Raiko years na everybody was yung mga bata na hindi pa pumapasok ng PBA, and then you had a mix of PBA, then you had the special drafting for the PBA players that were coming in under Tab and under Chot. So maraming tayong versions na ginawa na and I think that's always been the challenge. And it's not only a challenge, it's also a challenge because of the format that has changed, for the World Cup. Qualifying. Dati, it's a 10-day or 2-week tournament. You prepare for it maybe for 3 months. Kaya yon. Ngayon, you have 2 windows this year for the FIBA Asia Cup. But in 2025, in November, you'll have the start of the first window of the World Cup. And then in 26, you have 3 windows in 26. So those are the challenges that in terms of scheduling, in terms of commitment to players, that we really need to take a look at.
Well, alam natin naging very big ang hamon during that time, during the World Cup. But of course, may nangyari maganda when the Asian Games came around. A team that was not expected due to the challenges that it faced just before going to Hangzhou. Wins a gold medal in a record fashion, breaking our drought for so many decades.
21 years.
What did that victory tell you about Gilas, Al, and where we stand as far as international basketball is concerned?
Alam mo, that was a special team that went to China. I think it's not your best team, di ba? I mean, we were lacking players that we wanted, but it was a miracle team to me, actually. And because first, I think everybody wanted to be there. Everybody wanted to play. And I think it wasn't really much of the X and O's anymore, but it was the chemistry that they were able to build among themselves that sort of gave that pride and magsama-sama sila, laban lang sila. No? In fact, I was asked many times whether with all the problems, should we just back out of the Asian Games. I said, as a federation, I think we should still send a team. Diba? We should not send a team. Ngayon, as long as we can try our very best, no, and we might fail, but I think it's even worse that we don't even show up. Diba? So we tried our very best to form a team, and again I said miracle team, nag-champion, nag-gold. yung laro against China with Brownlee the last minute, that was incredible. That was
unbelievable. Yes.
Unbelievable. That was a lost game. Sorry, he's my friend, but I'm just happy to see the frown in the face of Yao Ming when the buzzer finally sounded. Di ba?
Right.
What happened? Di ba?
And of course, yung team na yon came about after many minds came together, and of course, bringing in Tim Cohn from the SMC group, which MVP, Chairman MVP, and of course, President RSA of San Miguel also came together in what was a partnership that was really for the country. So I guess the question is, where does that stand currently? That particular agreement at that time for San Miguel to be part of it, and moving forward, where will that partnership look?
I'd like to really say thank you to RSA and of course MVP for really being they started it. That the partnership started from them, and Alfrancis Shua from the San Miguel side, and also Ricky Vargas from the MVP group side. They were very instrumental in that process. It didn't start in Asian Games. It was also in the World Cup, as you know. I mean, as I said earlier, PBA sacrificed a conference, and that's huge from a PBA standpoint in terms of losing revenues for a conference, no? And all the team owners of the PBA, I'd like also to give my gratitude to all of them, the team owners, for allowing that to happen. Because I know, although gumawa ng PBA tour, iba yung conference na they
iba yun.
So iba yun. So that again is really thank you very much from the bottom of my heart in terms of I guess everybody coming together saying let's all support the national team. I remember August 2022, we called a summit to say na kailangan namin ng tulong ng lahat ng stakeholders sa basketball. And I think we were able to come together. And I think that will continue. In fact, we had a meeting kailan ba yun? January, what was the first Friday? January 5, was it?
Something like that, yeah.
So coming together among the key stakeholders on showing the schedule, not only 2024, but all the way up to 2027. And our request that what if we can support completely the calendar. And I think we're working on that. I know you asked me the next question, which I might not be able to answer, Noli, because we're still working on some details. But you will be one of the first people to know when officially we can announce something. But there are learnings, in fact, from to your point, on the World Cup and the Asian Games. And we're trying to push that even more and make it a better program moving forward.
Well, all right. Well, the only question I want to ask about the Asian Games is, of course, about Justin Brownlee. Dahil alam naman natin, nabanggit mo nga kanina, it was in that China game was all Justin Brownlee, and of course, he was a key player in bringing the championship to us. And we know what happened after that. Medyo minalas at siya pa ang nadamay. And he has been suspended. Anong latest, President Al, kay Justin Brownlee?
We're still working on it. It's finally reached FIBA because WADA had a report. Finally reached FIBA. I think if I remember correctly, sometime early or mid-December. So there are some documentation and some replies that Justin had to do, and he submitted all of that. The deadline was last Monday, January 8th. So he already submitted that. So we're just really waiting for FIBA's final decision. But I think he started to serve time, no? From the time that the testing was done, sometime October 7, October 8.
That's right.
So I think that's being counted already as time served, no? So we did what do you call this? Guide Justin that don't play, stop playing for now, because whatever decision that comes out, it started. Your time served started October 7. If you play now, time served will start when the last time you played. So
right.
So, but I think we're hoping it's just a short, if ever, suspension, and hopefully the time served. Sana makover na. Yeah. That's our hope, and hopefully we're wishing against we're working hard that we want to bring Justin for the next window, no? in February.
Sana nga. Maraming nag-aabang, maraming umaasa na we get some good news, and of course a breather for Justin Brownlee in what was both happy as well as a sad development during that time.
But if I may say lang siguro, Noli, on Justin, of course, thank you to Al Francis Chua and Commissioner Willie Marshall, who became team manager and assistant team manager during that time. But Justin showed na parang Pinoy talaga siya, di ba? He really played his heart out and showed he really wanted to win for the Philippines. He really wanted to win for the country. So he was very proud. In fact, when he was being naturalized, he was excited to be naturalized. And I think equally the congressmen and the senators who met him were very, sabi nga sa akin ni Robbie Puno, Congressman Robbie Puno. It's a very short process, in fact, na everybody saw him, likes his character, his teammates love and like him. They're just one of them. It's just one of the guys. No? So importante yon in a person like naturalized players like Justin Brownlee. So really hats off to him. He really played hard. He wanted to win for the Philippines.
Absolutely. Talagang pusong Pilipino.
Pusong Pilipino.
Talagang trooper. Al, 2024 is here now. Ano ba ang priorities ng SBP for 2024? Of course, outside of the qualifiers, ano mga plano ninyo?
Well, right now, just the main tournaments this year. FIBA Asia Cup qualifying in February is the first window, and then in November, next window. And another window in February next year, and then the actual FIBA Asia Cup sometime July, I think, is the schedule for that. And of course, the OQT in July in Latvia. And I think we'll see. I don't want to say anything first, but I think we're also planning for that. But aside from that, we've done a refresh of SBP. You were there on day one, Noli, in 2006, right? So it's been what 18 years, no? And we were doing a refresh. Of course, Edie Sani has retired.
Right.
Right after the World Cup. In fact, he wanted to retire early on. I mean, early last year, latter part of 2022, because family also said, it's time for you to rest. But we spoke, and I said to Sani, sayang naman, nandiyan na yung World Cup, di ba? Tapusin mo na.
Yeah.
And then he agreed, and I'm glad he did. Then of course we have Erica D as the new PD. She's done very well in the World Cup, very instrumental in the World Cup, and I know she's also known in the basketball arena. No, I mean, coach there, everything. No, Ateneo, assistant deputy.
And a very personable, person. Talagang napakabait. During the World Cup, masikaso. Maging VIP, non-VIP, she was really just very helpful, and of course very informative also to the media. So I guess Erica has her hands full now, including the grassroots. Al, I'm sure you have a lot of grassroots programs as well as for the coaches and also all of the technical officials.
Three main pillars really. It's of course national team is one. But the other one is grassroots, and it covers all 5-on-5, 3x3, women's, youth. In fact, Norman Black is helping out in that program. He has many hats he's wearing. He's a consultant to Meralco, consultant to San Beda, but he's also part of SBP.
Nice.
So he's helping out. I'm bringing in Eric Altamirano for 3x3 because he has a lot of experience in that. Kasi ang PBA has done a good job in 3x3, but the points that we're earning there is not as much as one team that goes out and competes internationally. So we're trying to see how these games can earn more points, despite maybe we have to invite foreign teams to be part of that. So we'll also work with the PBA on that one so that we can increase our rankings in 3. Iba kasing sistema sa 3x3, as you know, kesa sa 5-on-5. Women's, we're also trying to strengthen that for sure, through Patrick Aquino, but we're also making sure that the youth 3x3 also comes into play. Our youth men's is in the World Cup this year, no? The competition is it June in Turkey? So
in Turkey,
So medyo, I think marami nangyayari sa mga programa, and we want to make sure that we continue that. And of course, the coaching and also referees is another area. Jong Yuchiko is helping us out on coaching. Referees, during the World Cup, there was an event in what's this place in Trinoma, Seda Hotel. All the referees were there. We had the session, and I got invited. About 44 referees, foreign FIBA referees participated in the World Cup across the 3 countries. Walang Pilipino. Kasi si Bong Pascual is already retired na, no? But there was a Filipino in that set of 44 referees. Sabi ko, Erica, we need to have at least 3 or 4 Filipinos by the next World Cup.
International referees, that's right. Tama yan.
So that's another thing that we're pushing for.
Well, a lot of work coming up, and of course, a lot of big tournaments as well. But before I leave, before I let you go, syempre yung a big part, of course, of the programs of sports is coming from the MVP Sports Foundation that has supported a lot of the athletes, Gilas, and all of the other sports. And this year is an Olympic year. Meron na tayong 4 na atleta sa Paris. Ano bang hinahanda ng MVP Sports Foundation to make sure that our athletes are supported, especially for the Paris Olympics?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're not PSC, and PSC should cover for all the sports. And we're talking to Dickie, of course. I mean, he was part of the hosting initially before he was appointed chairman of PSC. So he's very aware of the World Cup and all the requirements. But He's been very, very helpful, and we have been talking to him. MBPSF is focused on certain sports, not of course not not all the sports in the Olympics, but we've been continuing the programs of support that we've given to, for example, to EJ, to Hidlin, to the boxers. So we're identifying these key NSAs that need help, and that we have helped in the past, but we will continue to help to ensure that they're able to get to the Paris Olympics. We want to see some gold medals aside from Hidlin in sa Tokyo. No, sana mas marami in this coming Paris Olympics. So Kaloy sana can also step up and win a gold in Paris. So tuloy-tuloy lang. It takes a long time sometimes, but we just have to continue to support, and para sa atleta talaga ang aming intensyon. Not for the delegates, it's for the athletes dapat.
Sana nga dumami pa ang atleta at delegasyon ng Pilipinas sa Paris Olympics. Al, I will not ask you about who's going to be the next head coach of Gilas. You promised that it's going to happen some other time, but we certainly will be waiting for that, and of course all of the other developments for Gilas Pilipinas. So maraming salamat for your time. I guess now that you are not as bogged down by PLDT, more golf for you and in the new year.
Yeah. That's why I had to ask you to do this tonight rather than tomorrow morning. I have something tomorrow, but thank you, Noli. Thank you for having me, and yes, we will keep in touch. As
maraming salamat.
Some news to share, I will let you know.
Thank you so much, and good luck to Gilas Pilipinas and the SBP. Maraming salamat.
Salamat, Noli. Thank you.
Si Al Panlilio, ang presidente ng Samahang Basketbol ng Pilipinas. Ang dami natin na pag-usapan doon. And of course, hopefully, si Justin Brownlee kahit papano ay makabalik agad sa Gilas Pilipinas. So, alright, well, alam niyo po, ang bilis ng araw, mga kapatid. Akalain nyo, naka2 linggo na tayo sa Enero ng 2024. At ready na ba, mga astig, for a new year of thrilling events? Well, from the Olympics to AFC Asian Cup to Wimbledon to Formula 1, alin ang inyong inaabangan? Answer our Enero energy question and win 100 Gcash. 100 winners will be chosen, kaya let's go astig. Give off that Enero energy. Ito po ay mula sa Arena Plus, of course. At ito ang ating mga mechanics. Una-una po, follow all Arena Plus social media accounts from Facebook, X or formerly Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at TikTok. Magsumagot po o magbigay ng inyong komentaryo sa mga katanungan. I-share ang post sa inyong timeline with hashtag Arena Plus Energy, Enero Energy. Ulitin ko po yan, hashtag Arena Plus Enero Energy. Until January 22 or 22nd, only see less sa Arena Plus. Siyempre, Arena Plus astig sa sports. At gusto ko rin pong, of course, i-anunsyo lahat ng mga nanalo sa ating Joyride Top-Up promo ngayon pong araw na ito. Ang mga nanalo ng 1,000 pesos e-wallet credits: Jen Barona, Primo Delfin, Aaron Jacob de la Cruz, Carmela Cordero at si Justin Maestre. At ang nanalo naman ng ating yung Aqua Flask o limited edition Top-Up or Joyride Aqua Flask. Last week, si Catherine Napilit, ang ating Joyride passenger, at si Cornelio Nicha, ang ating Joyride driver partner. Pareho po kayo mananalo ng limited edition Joyride Aqua Flask. Mga kapatid, gusto ko magpasalamat kay Wilma Van Hakulam, ang ating makeup artist. And thank you to 1PH at Radyo 5 for our extra time ngayong pong araw na ito. Maraming nagpadala ng kanilang mga komentaryo. Sayang, ang dami-dami po. Well, again, we will read them all next time, mga kapatid. And that'll do it for us this Saturday. Again, pasensya kayo sa aking boses. Hopefully next week ay mas maayos. Sana kayo po ay nasa mabuting kalagayan din. Lagi po natin sinasabi, tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit. At sa lahat po ng ating gawain, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Kami po ang 1PH Teleserbisyo para sa Pilipino. Happy Sports Weekend, mga kapatid. More power, more play.
sa kapwa ko Pilipino. Ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko. Para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at magpapatalo. Ipagdiwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, Joble, Sibay, Lakay,